Welcome to Birds with Bottle.
We've got a thing about wine,
and we want you to have a thing about wine too.
Now this week we're going to do winter warmers because baby it's cold outside.
It certainly is. It's February, it's grim, it's dull, who knows, maybe some more snow coming, and the thing you should be doing is cheering yourself up with one of our lovely winter wines.
Absolutely. So we're going to head straight in to a lovely red from the Douro, from Waitrose.
This was my choice here, and the thing I like about this one is that I always think Portuguese wines have this innate sort of freshness running through them, which I find really appealing and attractive. And although it's still a wintry wine, there's that as well going for it. So I hope you're going to like it, Mel.
It's made from Touriga Nacional, which is the main quality port grape. Tinta Rorish, which is Tempranillo from Spain, and Tinta Franca, and a couple of others.
There's some baked fruit on that next.
Yeah, red and juicy smell.
Yeah,
not oaky, because we've been doing a few Riojas recently, and they're really, this is not an oaky wine at all. Lovely.
You're getting that freshness? Do you see what?
Absolutely. And the bakedness.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like the area.
Yeah,
it's sort of baked in the summer, the baked earth. And
beautiful area. In fact, a great place to visit. In fact, I went to this Quinta when I was there. The only problem with the whole, Douro is that because of the nature of it and the steep terraces on where all the vineyards are, you have to take really windy roads to get there, and by the time you get to the property, you're feeling vaguely sick.
Yeah, good point. Actually, we went on a train, and then a boat, which was a lovely way to
that gets over that.
And we arrived in the evening, so it was quite romantic, and going down the Douro in a boat, the ideal.
And as long as you've got some gorgeous man to do it with, who would be your ideal man? If we're dreaming here, George Clooney or Brad Pitt.
No, strangely. Michael McIntyre.
Oh, actually, I'm strangely with you there.
Yeah, boat on the Douro with Michael McIntyre. You could absolutely do that.
Well, I'm also staying in a hotel that I stayed in. It was fantastic. It's called the Aquapura. It's a 5-star hotel. Only when I went there, it wasn't quite finished, so that's how come it was affordable. In fact, they called it a soft opening.
Interesting. What would a hard opening be?
I think how you were trying to open that bottle of Taylor's that we're going to drink later. Beautiful. From every room you can see the river, whatever part of the room you're in. So whether you're sitting on your bed or whether you're taking a shower, you can just get a view straight down the river. How cool is that?
Yeah, it is beautiful terrace. I mean, worth Googling at the Google Images to see the Douro terraces, because it's a beautiful, beautiful area.
Yeah.
Cracking wine as well.
Excellent.
So that's in Waitrose, and it's $10.99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually their own brand, but made in partnership with Quinta La Rosa.
Yeah. Good wine.
So what we've got here, we've got Old Vines Carignan from the El Leon Vineyard in Mal in Chile. A stonking great 14% alcohol on this one, but I think it can get away with it.
And this is Marks and Spencer's.
Yeah, M&S, and it's $10.99?
$10.49, I think. No, $10.99. Beautiful smell. Beautiful, beautiful smell. Really creamy. Now this is Old Vines. Can I do a bit of boring wine talk again?
Fancy wine talk.
Fancy wine talk. This is Old Vines Carignan. The theory is that the older a vine gets, the fewer grapes it produces, because of all sorts of reasons. And the fewer grapes, the more concentrated the juice in the grapes, and also the fewer... Sorry. The fewer leaves, and so the sun... I know, I'm sorry. More sun exposure, so riper grapes. So the older the vine, the better, up to a point where you're only getting one bunch and then it's economically not really viable. So these are an average of 70-year-old vines. Carignor's often old vine, isn't it? You often find
you do.
old
you
vine
do.
Carignon.
And some people don't rate Carignon that highly, but I have a little I've got my own little fan base for it here.
Yeah.
I like the rusticity of it.
I think it was very overworked in the 70s and 80s, and you know, it can produce a huge number of bunches, and therefore they were pretty ropey wines. But this, I mean, God, it's really concentrated.
Yeah, it
intense
is.
flavours.
Just on the nose, it's really all there.
Really like rich, brambly, fruity yum. Very toasty flavours.
So what are you getting on here?
Well, actually, a bit of tropical fruit again. Really sort of ripe mango type of, very nice smell. And brambles.
Yeah.
Dark things. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Right, now there's a lot of writing on the back label, and it says, do you agree? It's brooding and sensuous. Do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay. And it's got Moorish rusticity.
Oh, have you been moonlighting, Mel, writing some back labels for us by any chance?
No, I haven't. No. But it suggests slow-cooked venison casserole with it. Which actually,
would be.
on a day like today, would be absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Yum, yum, yum.
Log fire.
Yeah, absolutely. And you might be out, you know, walking the dog.
Yeah.
Or
long walk in the cold.
Yeah.
Come back, strip off, well, your scarf and your coat anyway, and then
and
get right down to it, drinking your
venison casseroles.
Yeah, on the slow cooker.
Yeah.
Ready to go, or just ready to heat through when you get back.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Right, moving on.
Right, well, I don't know if you've been writing the back labels for the next one for Majestic, but
I don't know. So we've got the fabulous Marquis de la Concordia Reserva. It's 2005 vintage. This is my favourite Rioja, I think.
But you know, actually,
affordable Rioja.
This is one of my default house wines for quite a long time.
Yeah.
You know, the sort of wine you have in the house, just in case you need something to open for an occasion. So, and this comes in magnums. And I don't mean the ice creams here.
No, double bottle Magnum. I love a big bottle. Well, I do.
You like a big anything, don't you, Mel?
No, not necessarily. Don't go there. No. I think it's, if you're hoping for dinner, a Magnum really says it. Oh, smell that smell.
Oh, that's good. That's just so familiar for me because
American oak, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and it's lovely. I love that.
Now, American oak is what you get on Rioja, and the smell it's like popcorn or toasted coconut. That sort of really
and I love coconut.
sweet, yummy.
I love coconut in the bath. You know, bath gel.
Oh yeah.
Bath, you know, shower gel, bath,
hand cream,
soap, and in my wine.
Yeah, and in your Thai chicken curry.
Oh, absolutely.
That's really a gorgeous smell. Really top smell.
That's drawing you in.
People,
drawing you in.
You know, you don't have to persuade people to drink Rioja, do you? Now, in the taste of it, you see there's toasted coconut on that as well.
There is.
And the taste really lasts.
It does. And what sort of food would you put with this?
Ooh, paella. Some sort of hearty, spicy stew, something with some saffron, chorizo again.
Some paprika maybe.
Yeah.
Smoky.
Delicious.
Yeah. And for our last recommendation this week, we're moving on to a tawny port. We love port, don't we?
We certainly do.
We like sherry, and we like port. This is Taylor's 20-year-old tawny. Smaller glasses for this because it's a bit higher in alcohol. This one's from Waitrose and it's £34 a bottle. Such a lovely bottle too. Doesn't that look gorgeous?
Oh, what a beautiful colour. Can you catch that? It's a very pale reddy brown colour. A tawny colour, I think you call it.
Yes, I think you would.
Oh, beautiful chocolate smell.
Oh, that smells delicious. You can
really chocolatey.
Yeah, and you've got you know, you can taste the sort of ripe sweetness on the nose there. Taste it, smell the ripe sweetness on the nose.
Chocolatey taste.
Yeah.
Delicious. Oh, when would you drink this?
Well, this is certainly one to go out with the cheeses. It's a very cheese-friendly wine.
I can imagine coming home after a brisk walk in the country to this, or after a hot date, dragging some poor man back home for a little port by the fireplace.
Absolutely. Come back to your 20-year-old.
No, 20-year-old. Come back alone to your 20-year-old. No, not even in my dreams. What a dreadful thought. Oh, no. I've got children who are that age. No, let's not do that. But lovely. And also, you could take this with you on a point to point.
Yeah, when you're outside and it's cold and you could have it in a bit of hip flask.
Yeah.
Or, in my case, going lure coursing with my very large, intelligent dog.
What?
Well, it's basically you stand in a field and you watch your dog chasing a plastic bag that goes around on a wire.
Yay! That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's an intelligent dog.
Yeah. Oh, I see your point. Yes, chasing a plastic bag on a wire doesn't actually sound like an intelligent thing for a dog to do, does it?
No,
but this in your hip flask, I have to say, it makes it so much more entertaining.
Yeah. And another thing about Tawny, it's been aged in barrels and it's dropped its sediment. You know, normally if you have a vintage port, there's a load of sediment, you've got to decant it. This hasn't.
Back to that fancy wine talk.
I know, but this is important. This has dropped its sediment, and so there's less of the tannin and other phenolic things, and so fewer hangovers. Oh, and that's a bonus.
I'll drink to that.
Absolutely.
See you next week.
See you next week.